Hey everybody, what's up? I appreciate you all coming to my channel. Assuming you did in fact come here, and didn't click on something else and then get redirected here by an insidious bit of malware that I injected into Google. Because that's possible, you know. I assume? I don't know, I ain't a hacker. Anyway, welcome to my channel. I'm streaming a little later than normal tonight. I got home at a reasonable time, and then our house briefly lost power, and when it came back, it took the internet quite a while to get up and working again. I don't know why. It used to be, when you lost power, within 2 minutes the router was back online and you were surfing the web again. But now there's these, I don't know, 6G networks or whatever. It just takes a while. 30 minutes after the power's back on, you go to the router and you're like, Mr. Router, your light is blinking red. Yes, bless God, your internet's dead. Every little soul's gotta shine. Every little soul wants to get online. Yeah, my router sounds a whole lot like Burl Ives or something. I don't even know. So I thought today we would do a nice, simple arcadey game, considering continuing Hatoful Boyfriend after our Valentine's Day special. But as much as I consider it a brilliantly written game, I'm not sure it's quite in line with the Purblind Gamer brand. I mean, it's got a bizarre premise and witty dialogue and endearing characters, but is it retro enough or horror enough? On second thought, maybe the Purblind Gamer brand is, I just play the games that interest me and hope they interest other people too. So maybe we'll continue the avian dating simulator at some point, but for tonight, since last week I played a DOS platform game that wasn't actually that good, it occurred to me, maybe I should play a DOS platform game that actually is that good. And so I was thinking, we'll go ahead and give a try to Commander Keen, the original Commander Keen game, and one of the great shareware titles. In fact, one of the titles that premiered the concept of what we now call shareware, because in the 80s, shareware was more like, a lot of times it would be a fully functional game, but then it would say, if you want to keep using this, you have to send us money, or to unlock extra features, you have to send us money. Whereas the first Commander Keen game is a fully functional game. And, being from 1990, I'd say the gameplay is pretty decent, even if the sound is a little bit lacking. So, let's just go back to our old DOS box. Oops. There we go. Apogee Software. Some of you might know it as 3D Realms. Just make sure that's... Good. Story. Let's start by reading the story. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Learn something new every day. Commander Keen in Invasion of the Vorticons. Billy Blaze, 8-year-old genius, working diligently in his backyard clubhouse, has created an interstellar starship from old soup cans, rubber cement, and plastic tubing. While his folks are out on the town and the babysitter has fallen asleep, Billy travels into his backyard workshop, dons his brother's football helmet, and transforms into Commander Keen, Defender of Earth. In his ship, the Bean with Bacon mega rocket, Keen dispenses galactic justice with an iron hand. Episode 1, Marooned on Mars. In this episode, aliens from the planet Vorticon 6 find out about the 8-year-old genius and plan his destruction. While Keen is out exploring the mountains of Mars, the Vorticons steal vital parts of his ship and take them to distant Martian cities. Can Keen recover all the pieces of his ship and repel the Vorticon invasion? Will he make it back before his parents get home? Stay tuned. What the Vorticons have stolen. The Bean with Bacon mega rocket is constructed from objects around the house that you have modified into starship parts. Joystick from your brother's video game. Manual flight control. Car battery from your mom's car. Electrical systems power. Vacuum cleaner from the kitchen, heavily modified. Ion propulsion unit with carpet height adjustment. Everclear from your dad's liquor cabinet. Fuel. Yeah, this game predates the rating system, so you could have 8-year-olds just, stealing alcohol and using it for their own purposes. The Vorticons have taken these pieces to the far reaches of Mars and are guarding them. You must find the members of the Vorticon outpost and wrest the parts back from their wicked clawed hands. Unbeknownst to NASA, when the Viking lander settled to the surface of Mars, it caused a major political upheaval. Viking actually landed on the despotic Martian king. The Yorps, the extremely friendly, one-eyed Martians, were free from enslavement, and the Gargs, the vicious, aggressive Martians, were angry. The Martians created robots for menial work and guard duties. Beware of the tank-like guard robots. They are very good at what they do. It means shooting things. Martians have been visiting Earth in UFOs for decades. Why? They came to Earth for one reason. They want our toys. Hula hoops and skateboards are holy objects to them. Who knows? You may find some toys useful. There are signs everywhere. You haven't been able to decipher them yet. Your task is before you. Go get 'em, Commander Keen. And then we get the coming soon about how, hey, you should pay for the other Commander Keen games. And maybe we will someday, because they're out on GOG now. Yeah, dig that sound. Yep, we need all those things. Pretty simple controls. Control to jump, arrows to move, Control plus Alt to shoot your laser gun, which we don't have, and Alt to deploy your pogo stick, which we don't have. Those are the Yorps. You can jump on them. They're friendly, and they can't really hurt you. I mean, unless they, in their friendliness, push you off a cliff. Yeah, there's such a thing as being too friendly. The chomping mouths embedded in the ground, in contrast, actually can hurt you. Oh, well, that was pleasantly easy. I wonder if all the levels will be that easy. It's cool, you can also go into these small things on the map, and some of them are little mini levels. You hear in your mind, "It is too bad you cannot read the standard galactic alphabet, human." You notice that little sign by the door. They actually created an alphabet for this game, which you can theoretically read. I mean, I could have looked it up online, but, well, I didn't. So now we have the pogo stick. I know this was before my time, but imagine how cool this must have been, like, discovering it in 1990. A game, this level of gameplay, and this size, and totally free.
Hello.
Hey, Keytar Cat. How are you doing today? I appreciate you dropping by. We're just playing. Oh, right. Everybody, please go check out Keytar Cat. He streams live RPGs and awesome stuff.
Keytar Cat. I'm alright. My evening stream just ended and I saw you were on.
Oh, awesome! I don't think I realized you were streaming today. Were you streaming tonight? But yeah, I'm streaming. Got off to a bit of a late start, but so I just figured I'd play something DOSy.
I watch one.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm the same way. I have some regular streams that I try to catch most of the time. Yeah, and we're just playing through the first Commander Keen game, which I've played through before. I downloaded it from CNET back in the day. And I would say it's certainly a better game than Billy the Kid. And also the whole, like, kind of campy sci-fi plot and the way it's broken down into episodes, and this is the first episode. It all kind of reminds me of
Keytar Cat.
like a
My
serial.
evening stream is tomorrow. Adventure skeletons, tongue sticking out.
Adventure skeletons. Right. I remember you mentioning that. That sounds fun. Yeah, this kind of the setup kind of reminds me of those 1930s and 40s like serials with ridiculous sci-fi plots and short chapters that ended on a cliffhanger. And sometimes youthful protagonists or sidekicks, I guess. More sidekicks. Yeah, you have everything planned out for your Adventure Skeletons game, Keytar Cat. Teddy bear is worth a lot of points, but I don't know how I can get it without, you know. Actually, I don't know how I can get it, period.
Oh god, no. Tongue sticking out. I never plan more than an outline.
Well, I can see that. You know, that's probably good. Then you won't be too surprised when things change. Yeah, remember when I said to, you know, not like land on the snouts sticking up in the ground trying to chew anything that gets near them? Don't always follow my own advice. One of the things I like about playing DOS games is, you know, when you're using DOSBox, you don't have to change the stream setup very much or worry about programs not working. Well, I guess some DOS games don't work too well. And I just love how versatile DOSBox is and how well most things work in it. Extra life. Doggy, doggy, doggy. Yes. Just trying to lure him away from the exit. Oh, by the way, that guy's a Vorticon, as mentioned in the story. Yes, apparently the evil aliens are, you know, 7 or 8 foot tall dogs in tracksuits, I think.
Keytar Cat. So furries. Old School J. Yo Purblind.
Hey, Old School J. How are you doing tonight?
Old School J. Ah, keen one. Smiley face.
Yeah, how's your day going?
Old School J. This was my jam when I was a kid.
No kidding.
Old School J. Doing good, thanks.
Mine too. I found it. I guess it was in the late 90s I found it when
Keytar Cat.
we got a decent computer.
At Old School J, hello.
But everybody please go check out Old School J. He
Keytar Cat. Pride hey.
He streams a lot of older games, as you might guess.
Cat.
And recently, Old School J has tried to play Dark Forces, the DOS-based shooter, using a steering wheel, which is one of the more innovative ideas I've seen. And rather a difficult one.
Keytar Cat. Oh, that's a good idea. Old School J. Happy face, oops, wrong shout out. No worries though.
Did I do the shout out wrong?
Old School J. Dark Forces went pretty well, all things considered.
Ah, you're right. I cannot type. Well, that's good that it went well, all things considered. There we go.
Old school J. Aw, thanks, dude.
Oh, my pleasure. And are you going to be streaming more Dark Forces with the steering wheel, Jay?
Old school J. Not for a while, but driving Sims tomorrow and Doom for save and raid on Saturday.
Oh, right, you're one of the people in Save and Raid. Ah, that's going to be
Old
super
school J.
awesome.
Actual driving Sims.
Yeah, using the steering wheel the way it was intended to be used.
Old school J. This game had some interesting level design.
Yeah, it did. Some of them were a little confusing, a little tricky, but, you know, the kind of thing you could figure out with practice. Wait, I saw the other key card. Stupid friendly Yorp. The manual clearly said they're friendly, and they're clearly killing me. Ah, well. Must be a Martian thing. And the sequels to this were pretty good too. Keen episodes 4 and 5, which had like significantly improved graphics. Like, looked, I don't know if you'd say on par with like Nintendo, but pretty close. There it is. Oh, there's a gun. Yeah, Apogee published so many like really good 2D shareware games. Well, and id Software made a bunch before they made Doom. Sorry, dude. Nothing personal. Now that was personal. Jay, since I know you're doing a save and raid, have you been practicing for that, or did you play a fair amount of Doom back in the day? Come on, evil space puppy. Let's come over this way. we've recovered the first part to our spaceship.
Old School J. I've been playing a lot of custom levels, but not the original maps. I have no idea which one I'll get, so it's going to be an adventure.
Right. Seems like a lot of the custom levels are harder than the originals. I mean, not that I've played that many mods, but... Had a copy of Doom 2, and dang, that was pretty hard. You know, I could get through at least the first episode of Doom without too much trouble, but Doom 2 really ramped up the difficulty.
Old School J. Yeah, some are harder, some are just crazy innovative.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, I think I read more about them than I've actually played them, because, yeah, sometimes you find those books at library book sales, like, you know, the best Doom levels, or how to make levels for Doom, that sort of thing. I'm sure someone else has done this, but I think it would be fun to, like, play through on stream all the Doom games, like 1, 2, 3, and then the reboot ones, see how it's changed. I guess just appreciate the, you know, connections between the old ones and the new ones. Yeah, the Gargs go a little bit faster if they actually see you.
Old School J. I have some shovelware CDs from that era that I've been meaning to do a deep dive into. The best Doom maps, editors, strategy guides, etc. Straight from a BBS in 1995.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, it's... You know, like, I mostly had shovelware CDs of, you know, arcade games, like 16 really cool arcade games, or 1,000 games. Hey, one of them has to be good. But yeah, there were also all those ones like, you know, the 500 best Doom levels, and by best we mean random ones we found one day. Or those like compilations like D-Zone and H-Zone, where it was like, you know, 9 entire episodes for Doom or Heretic.
Old School J. 1,000 games, 972 knockoffs of Windows Solitaire.
Yeah, pretty much. Or, you know, to ensure there were some good ones, they would be like have, oh, we'll put a few games by Apogee and Epic Mega Games on there. Those are always good. Oh wow, we got the joystick already. It's almost the same trick they used in those, you know, pirated Game Boy cartridges, or the old Brick Games units, like, you know, 999 in one. Yeah, mostly variations off the same one, or, you know, same half dozen. Why am I wandering through this mountain? I definitely don't need to complete this. Let me see if I can pogo. Pogo. Is Pogo some social media platform they just came out with? I heard somebody talking about it. And I can only assume they didn't mean that possum from the funny pages. The teleporter in the ice will send you to the dark side of Mars.
Old school, Jay. This is how you get lore.
Yeah, and hints, but also like the lore. You learn about the Yorp culture and the way they can speak telepathically through beacons. Actually, I know Commander Keen was one of those games that inspired quite a few fan games over the years, like through various game-making software. A lot of them never completed or not so good, but never played through many of those. Oh, hello, Mr. Garb. Don't. Yeah. Okay, 24 ammo. I'm in good shape. What happens when you keep dying and then picking up a gun next life? Nope. I know in the 4th and 5th one they changed it so you could just press spacebar to shoot your gun instead of having to press Alt and Control. Not giving up on that teddy bear. It's too low risk. The controls are actually really good, I'm just being clumsy. I'm not going to just keep wandering around this. That's how games take forever. And also how you die. Teleported into ice. Mysterious as the dark side of the Mars. Ice. Yeah, there are different levels of slipperiness. You too. Yes, a robot with a ray gun. Oh, thoroughly unpleasant. If I recall, he can't hurt you by touching you, but he can hurt you by shooting you. Notice how most of the power-ups are like candy and soda and pizza. Okay, books are worth more, so I guess that's sending a good message, but yeah, this game is encouraging kids to eat unhealthily. That's not that big of an issue. If they didn't get it from shareware games, they'd get it from, commercials. You will need a ray gun in the end, but not to shoot the Vorticon. I should think not, because unless I'm very much mistaken, Vorticons are impervious to ray gun shots. I seem to remember there being some kind of traps in this level, but like maybe floors you fall through or falling icicles. I'm not sure. Shoot. Is there a way? Trying to remember how to save my game. If I lose another life, I might have to do that. Think. Yeah, that's where it was. Forget it. I don't need pizza that bad. No music in this game, really.
Old school Jay. That cannon sound effect is not obnoxious at all.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, okay, now that we've seen it, let's get it off screen as quickly as possible. I was just thinking, like, with the basic PC speaker sound, that's probably why they didn't have background music, because it would just blend in with the sound effects. I don't believe this game had any options for like sound card sound.
To be honest, I like the sound in this game. They did pretty well for the one voice beeper.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad sound. It's obviously limited, but I mean, for the most part, it's not too obnoxious, and it works for the different creatures and hazards. It would be nice if the enemies made a little more sound. And then I'm just nitpicking. I'm trying to think of other games that had, same kind of sound. Oh, we got the vacuum. Nice. I mean, PC speaker only sound, and not remembering that many that I played, even though I know there were some. Well, Number Munchers. Certainly played Number Munchers.
Old school J. ID had a pretty distinct repertoire of sounds for this kind of game. Even Duke Nukem 1 had Sound Blaster sound.
How did it? Huh, you know, I've played Duke Nukem 1, but not in a long time. And, yeah, I remember the difference between Duke Nukem 1 and 2 was pretty striking. Like, the Duke Nukem was that much, I mean, more basic, whereas Duke Nukem 2 was kind of close to what you get on a console. I remember reading somewhere, I think it was from one of the ID employees, that like when Wolfenstein 3D was released, Duke Nukem 1 actually sold better than Wolfenstein 3D at the time. Or maybe not sold better, maybe received more distribution of the shareware episode. I wonder if it was just because it was, you know, more similar to stuff that people knew, like platform gaming. Because Wolfenstein 3D was so different. And if any of you are inclined to play Duke Nukem 1 or 2, and Duke Nukem 2 is a pretty good game, I recommend you don't buy it on Steam. I recommend you buy a CD-ROM of Duke Nukem 3D, because they all came with the complete versions of Duke Nukem 1 and 2 for free. Those Gargs would be a lot harder if their eye stalks didn't stand up so much. A voice buzzes in your mind. There is a hidden city. Look in the dark area of the city to the south. Okay then. Bonus level.
Old school J. I didn't know that. I have a Duke 3D CD here. Lucky thrift shop find.
Sweet. Yeah, I didn't. I think it was because I was reading about one of those collections, you know, the Kiloton collection or something, and they said it came with Duke Nukem 1 and 2. And then I looked that up later to verify it, like years later, and it was like, oh yeah, it's on all the CDs of Duke Nukem 3D, which I think that's right. I'm 90% sure. I should check on that. I wonder if some of the digital versions of Duke Nukem 3D come with Duke 1 and 2. But I had the Megaton collection, and I don't think that did, but then they retired that because they were releasing a new version with like entirely new episodes. Tricky jumping. Probably my least favorite part of platformers. It's also one of the most integral parts of platformers. Ooh, it's a Garb beacon. Let's see what he has to say. Articulate fellow. surprisingly fast. There's only a couple more big levels, and then a couple of small levels. Excuse you. I would imagine those little robot things do a lot more pushing you off cliffs in Commander Keen 2 and 3. I know I'm being ridiculous. I don't need to get every lollipop. They're only worth 100 points, and it costs it takes 20,000 points to get extra life. Yeah, it must be 20,000. Sorry, Yorp. A Yorpish whisper says, "Look for dark, hidden bricks. You can see naught but their upper left corner." Thanks, mysterious Yorp, who sends telepathy to me through beacons. Oh boy. Garg City. It'd be funny if there were a parody of Surf City called Garg City. I hope these sodas are decaf, or little Billy Blaze is never going to get to sleep tonight. Don't trust those pipes. Sometimes Gargs like to hide in them. back up we go. This level's a bit of a maze. There's probably lots of power-ups on those platforms over to the left, but I'm sure it could take quite a while trying to land on one. Wonder how many kids were inspired to go buy pogo sticks because of this game. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's kind of unusual that they didn't have any like display on screen of, you know, lives and score and ammunition. I wonder if it's because like that would have slowed down the game or, you know, used up resources. Should have just shot him. I'll make at least one honest effort to get to the bonus level. There he is. down in the dark part of this stage. Let's try that again, actually. Me. I'm gonna look up real quick how to save my game in this one. F5. Oh well. That's alright, I'm sure we'll get an extra life before I make it back to the dark portion. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that games like Wolfenstein 3D and Doom had so many user-made mods for them, whereas games like Commander Keen didn't. Yes, because they didn't release. Yeah, they didn't make as many tools that let users create their own levels as easily. It still seems like it would have been a lot easier to do. I'm glad we know he's going to drop down from there. Yeah, they probably could have done without the bumping into walls sound effect, but it's not that obtrusive. You can indeed shoot off stage, off stage, off screen. I think that's one of those semi-invisible blocks that the York was talking about. Yeah. there no way out of here?
Artyom Havoc. Keen.
Hey, Havoc. How are you doing tonight? We're just trying desperate gambits in Commander Keen.
Artyom Havoc. I'm doing really good.
Oh, awesome. Hey, everybody go check out Artyom Havoc. He streams a very wide variety of games. Trying out a different one each stream sometimes.
Old school J. Happy face, yo Havoc. Artyom Havoc. Hey J. Artyom Havoc. Nice to see you here.
I've got a pogo stick up into the ball of ice to get out of here. How did your stream go today, Havoc?
Artyom Havoc. It was great. The game was shockingly fun.
Oh, awesome. Which one was it?
Artyom Havoc. Actually playing it more now.
Oh, nice. Which game was it you were doing today?
Artyom Havoc. That Avatar movie game.
Oh, yeah, I did see the announcement for it. Interesting. A game based on a movie that's pretty good. Those are, I won't say super rare, but there have been a fair number that weren't. Yes. And we've made it to the bonus level. The secret level.
Artyom Havoc. Exactly.
Of course, for the highest grossing movie of all time at the time, not adjusting for inflation, who does that, you would expect something really good. With really good graphics, no less. Bet it was in 3D, too. I mean, most games were at that point. I don't know what your goal is for this. Your goal for this level may just be to get as many points as possible.
Artyom Havoc. I'd say it's pretty close to Crisis as far as fidelity and plant density.
Oh, fidelity. You mean fidelity to the film's plot, right? It's a very faithful retelling of the story. Gotcha. And plant density. Have I played Crisis? I don't think I played Crisis.
Artyom Havoc. No graphical fidelity.
Right, I was joking. I got what you meant.
Artyom Havoc. Haha.
Those blocks kind of look like apple cores. Or hourglasses. Go back this way. Oh, there's the exit. And with great risk comes great reward. Or just great death. Could have been worse. Could have died. Whatever. Emboldened by the extra life, I think I'll go exploring. Oh, thought for a second that Yorp was trapped in the wall. It wasn't that common for games to have like a secret level that was like a fully fledged level on par with normal ones. It was like more often they would just have the short bonus levels. And it wasn't unheard of. Alright. I'm gonna stop mucking around and start heading towards the exit. Ah. So many teddy bears. Jeez, kid, how many teddy bears do you need? Like, there are limits. Just in case worst comes to worst.
Old school J. Chomp chomp chomp.
Yeah. Those things. Chew the flesh right off your bones. You know, the Garbs kind of remind me of the Troggles in Number Munchers. I wonder
Old
if that was
school J.
intentional.
Worse than the Munchers in Kaizo Mario.
Kaizo Mario. I don't think I've played that. What is that, Jay?
Old School J. It's an infamously hard romac of Mario World that spawned hundreds of fan clones.
Oh.
Old School J. Speedrunners love it.
Yes, crazy ROM hacks. No, I've never actually played all of Super Mario World. Because I never had an NES, or Super NES. It's one I will play through sometime. There's the exit. I'll have to go to the far left. Yeah, this level is pretty big and complicated, like so many different parts of it. Take this jump rather carefully. Maybe I'm jumping too high. Need to jump a little more horizontally. Oh, that was fortunate. Thought for a second I was a goner.
Artyom Havoc. Damn, some of these falls would make me play another game XD.
Yeah, I take it you don't care for falling long distances when you don't know where you're going to land. Like I was saying earlier, the jumping, tricky jumping over death is one of my least favorite parts of platform games. I can just face hordes of monsters with a gun, no problem, but when I've got to jump, I'm like, gonna fall. Better not fall.
Artyom Havoc. I don't want to do it over and over again XD.
Yeah, that's terribly frustrating. I know there've been like some games I've thought I must rather. Like sometimes it's worse if you know you're going to have to redo a huge portion of the level than if you just know you're going to die. And then there's jumping puzzles in 3D games. goodness these guys can't jump. Actually, they can get a running jump sometimes, which will certainly startle you the first time they pull it off. Like enough to clear a pit of spikes. I tell you, all this drinking sodas in the game is making me thirsty. Fortunately, I have something to drink tonight. It's homemade apple cider, which I've left brewing for a good while. What's that? Why, there's mold in my cider.
Oh.
Well, that pisses me off. Yeah, I know I put yeast in there, but
no.
Screw that. If someone's gonna piss in my apple juice, I want it to be the yeast or the fungus that I put in there, not some random fungus which is probably gonna kill me. You know what? Excuse me. I'm dealing with this bullshit right here, right now.
Artyom Havoc. Oh shit, he's mad. Artyom Havoc. F. Old school J. Oh, I missed a rage quit.
And that is what happens
Artyom
when
Havoc.
you fuck with my fermentation.
Let's all pour one out for moldy comrades.
I think this is a sign from God that I need to get one of those easy cap rubber sealed airlocks if I'm going to continue my brewing experiments.
Oh no, oh. Sad face.
That's okay. It was cheap yeast and, yeah, cheap apple cider anyway. I'm just glad that I noticed it before I drank any.
Yup, needs a water lock.
Yeah, I mean, I probably should, if I'm going to mess around with brewing, invest in, like, better equipment like a water lock. I got those cheap, like, EZ caps, or easy caps, that are basically soda bottle caps with a rubber seal built in that you can put on a normal soda bottle, but, you know, those are just for amateurs. I also need to learn how to back sweeten and rack the lees. Well. Where was I? Ah, yes. Drinking sodas. Because you never get mold in your sodas. At least, not if you buy them from the store. At least, if you do, you should probably go to a different store. Yeah. I mean, I'm, 80 to 90% sure that that's what that was. I just can't think of any reason the yeast would be floating. And I play it safe when it comes to whether or not to eat mold. Yeah, fungus in general, you gotta be careful with. I mean, don't believe me? Watch that classic Japanese movie, Attack of the Mushroom People. Can you guess what happens when they eat the mushrooms? It's not pretty.
Artyom Havoc.
Come on down. You wanna kill me or not? I don't got all day. think he does have teeth. Like, it's hard to tell whether he has, like, you know, lines on his lips or teeth, but when you look at him when he's shot, it really does look like he has teeth poking out of his mouth. Let's see. Out of curiosity, Havoc, as I know you sometimes do beer brewing streams. How long have you been into brewing? The old hide one behind the other routine. Can't believe I fell for it.
This is my second year.
Oh, cool. I've only messed around with making, like, yes, 3 batches of cider. And one thing I want to do is, like, there's this kind of liquor called Applejack that you can make by, like, traditionally you put cider out in the winter so it freezes, and then come chip the ice away, and what's left is distilled liquor. And it's illegal to operate a still in the US, even though you can brew beer and wine. But Applejack is the one kind of liquor you don't need a still to brew.
Yes. It's good.
Oh, you've had some. So I was kind of thinking, maybe I should try and make that and, you know, exploit the loophole in US law. If I were back home in Virginia, it would probably freeze a lot more than it does around here in California. Although, you never know, climate change. Might get a couple of frozen nights here.
Artyom Havoc. What? Artyom Havoc. Virginia.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Artyom Havoc. I'm from VA.
Oh, nice. Small world.
Artyom Havoc. Salem / Roanoke.
Oh, okay. I vaguely know that area. Like, I did my undergrad at William and Mary, but like, my family's from the Shenandoah Valley. Hence my southern accent. Yeah. A lot of people, when I tell them I was, like, born in Texas and raised in Virginia, they're like, "But you don't sound southern."
Artyom Havoc. Ah, yes. Actually, you don't have an accent, lol. This shocked me.
Yeah, it's more often people seem to think I have... I'm, like, surprised by the number of people who think I'm English. Too many years watching old movies and acting on stage, I think. But how's the weather there, Havoc? I know some parts of Virginia have been hit pretty bad, or are getting hit pretty bad with a winter storm.
Artyom Havoc. You are so accent neutral to my ears, I had guessed. You were Canadian XD.
Canadian? I don't think I've heard that one before. But maybe just because most people in the US don't, think that much about how Canadians sound differently. Other than that they say a and poutine, and that half of them are French.
Artie, I'm having. Not I just grew up BA I love in Washington now.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. But I'm glad you're not in the bad wintry weather. Oops. Let's see. There are 4 doors, and we've got 3 cards. And I do not know where the other one is. But we'll find it eventually. Ooh, maybe it's on the way. Yes. Long before first-person shooters, these games had already pioneered the mechanic of wandering around levels collecting key cards. Remember what I said about Garbs liking to hide in pipes? Yeah. I don't trust those two-eyed bastards. Aha! It's a key card if ever I saw one. This game sets regrettably unrealistic expectations of what can be done with pogo sticks. I suppose because the gravity on Mars is less than that of Earth.
Old school.
No
Jake.
mold in my tap water.
What? You can't jump 40 feet in the air. I am disappointed.
I know. That would be awesome. I mean, they might have to slap a couple extra warning labels on them before they sold them to kids if you could, but it would be nice. Did I get to all the little levels up here already? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, just one little one, one big one. The drop-away floor's a nice touch, too. So it would be quite dastardly of the aliens, the Vorticons, if instead of one of the major cities, they hid part of my rocket ship in one of these tiny little mountains. Now you can fall down, but you can't jump up through them. Let's see if this key card fits the door we passed. Nah, that'd be too easy. And hopefully this one works with that door. Otherwise I'm going to be very angry. Ooh, I bet the keycards are actually color-coded. The Martians designed the robots so that their hats would bounce up as they rolled along. That was a decoy exit all along. Oh wow, it's surprising how far your ray gun blasts travel. Now, imagine doing this level if you didn't have the pogo stick yet. A Yorpy mind thought bellows, "You cannot kill the Vorticon commander directly." Alright. You've got enough hints. I say we take on the Vorticon commander, put our spaceship back together, and go home before our babysitter wakes up. Yeah. Ice and snow. Husband, what is yonder isle, all covered with ice and snow? That is the land of hell, quoth he, where you and I shall go. Something like that, only more Scots. Don't mind me. I ramble. Think you can really rack up the extra lives there if you just can get past the first one. Yeah, you can shoot through the walls. I don't think you have to do this, but who doesn't love frying evil and hoarding stuffed animals? I mean, you know, when you're 8, eventually you grow out of frying evil and hoarding stuffed animals. Oh, we got another pogo stick. Don't know if I need to go down here or not. Note to self, fire does not burn robots. Ooh, check it out. Along that wall, invisible bricks. Really an easier way to get up here. Should the need arise again, which I don't foresee it doing. On account of I don't intend to lose another life. And there's the Vorticon commander. And yep, he still looks like a dog in a tracksuit.
Cooler 831. Hi.
Hey, Cooler. How are you doing tonight? Ooh. We're just playing Commander Keen, the first Commander Keen game. Remember when it said you will need a ray gun in the end, but not to shoot the Vorticon?
Cooler 831. Good, and you?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks. Had an okay day. And lost power at my place for a little bit, but not too long. Aha! Commander Keen returns to the Bean with Bacon mega rocket and quickly replaces the missing parts.
G.
Thank you, Jay. He must get home before his parents do. I can't say that was the most climactic boss fight that I've ever fought. At least there's a little bit of a puzzle element. Huh? Well, that's not supposed to be there very close to Earth. Keen makes it home and rushes to beat his parents upstairs. Shh, honey, let's see if little Billy is asleep. Billy? Are you... what is this one-eyed green thing in your room?
831.
Oh, Mom, can't I keep him?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it in the morning. Son, you get some rest. Okay, Mom. Good night. So I made his mom sound like his dad. Good night, dear. Thank you, Cooler. So yes, Commander Keen brought one of the Yorps home with him. But there is no sleep for Commander Keen. The Vorticon mothership looms above, ready to destroy Earth. To be continued. Next week at this theater, don't miss the next exciting chapter of Commander Keen. Lots of bad guys try to kill you. Okay, serials usually had better chapter names than that, but that was off the top of my head. To be continued. You must find your way onto the Vorticon mothership and destroy all the horrible Tantalus rays. If you don't, the Earth explodes. Don't miss episode 2. And then on to Vorticon 6, where the whole planet awaits your arrival. Make your way through all the Vorticon cities and military installations, and prepare yourself for the final confrontation with the grand intellect.
Do you please
You won't believe the shocking finale. The final episodes are available from Apogee Software, now 3D Realms. They are only $15 each, or $30 for the whole trilogy. Or alternatively, you could buy the first 5 games on GOG for $5. Not the 6th game, though, or the lost episode. I don't know if they're ever going to re-release Commander Keen 6.
At Cooler 831,
Commander Keen says, "Hope you enjoyed the game. I did." The end. For now.
Cooler 831. Play, I mean.
Well, that's... go ahead and
Old school J.
that down.
Haha, fair enough.
So yeah, that's Commander Keen. The first game.
Old school J. Mostly indie games and DOS stuff like this.
And I've I've never played the Commander Keen 2 and 3 or Commander Keen 5. Yeah, probably because those are the ones that cost money. But I will eventually. I don't know if I'll play. I don't know if I'll play it on stream. There are plenty of other games I do want to play. I was What I was initially planning to do tonight
Cooler
is Sam
831.
and Max hit the road.
Are you getting off?
Yeah, I think so, Cooler. I've been streaming for probably close to 2 hours. I
Old school
started
J.
late tonight.
Keen 2 was my favorite of the original trilogy.
Oh, no kidding. That's awesome that you've played through all of them. So, I will check them. Maybe it would be kind of fun to stream me trying them out for the first time. But hey, there's plenty more opportunities to try out games.
Old school J. They were passed around my classroom as a kid.
Ah, nice. Yeah, when one person got it and they could be shared around, even if they weren't the shareware. And even if they showed us those PSAs, don't copy that floppy. But it's so easy, and we're kids, We don't have $30 to drop at the drop of a hat. Not when floppy disks are $5 for $10 at Best Buy or whatever the '90s equivalent is. Why can I not remember the name of electronic stores from the '90s? Oh, Circuit City, right. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming in and watching me play through an old DOS classic. Which, I know it's not good. It doesn't have
Cooler
flashy
831.
graphics or sound.
I played some Keen 2 sometimes.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, Cooler. It seems that just about everybody has but me. I mean, they have been, around on the internet, like abandonware sites and whatnot, for so long now. Yes, there's just always something else to play. And also, I liked the episode 1 so much that I was like, well, episode 2 and 3 are probably really good. Maybe I shouldn't play them right away, and then I put it off for years. I was also kind of waiting for them to come down in price, because at one point Apogee was selling like Commander Keen 1 through 5 on CD, but it was $50. And I was like, that's a bit much for 10-year-old games, guys. So, coming up, I'm going to probably start playing Sam and Max Hit the Road next
Cooler
week.
831. Can you raid someone small?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that, Cooler. I was going to look at the retro channels and try and find somebody small. But I feel like they appreciate the raids more. Or, I mean, maybe not appreciate. Some of the big ones are really appreciative, but they need the raids more. Let's see. It's a good way to meet people. Looking to see if there's anybody playing any older computer games specifically. Retro is such a broad category. not be any or many people playing the old computer games, so maybe we should go for raid somebody who's playing an old console game. Which I also like those a lot, and sometimes play them. Oh, here's somebody playing Sonic the Hedgehog. This is Sanjan13. And you know me, I like Sonic a lot. Let's go ahead and raid them. And just say hello. Wait, I should...
Cooler 831. Yeah, those games are fun.
Just make sure they're not about to. Remember, I should always check and make sure that somebody's not like ending their stream.
Artyom Havoc. Thanks for streaming.
Oh, you're welcome, Havoc. Thank you guys for coming out. I always, I really appreciate it when people stop by, and hope you guys enjoyed Commander Keen. Okay. Yeah. So, thank you everybody for coming. I'm Purblind Gamer. I'm a variety / retro / horror game streamer, and I should be back on Saturday with something fun. So I hope you all have a great night, and thanks for sticking around for the raid.